Hi there, I'm Larry. I live in Connecticut. I've been wearing hearing aids for some 15 years or more. I started out with an old version of Phonak hearing aids at the very beginning. I was working with an audiologist in New York who I liked a lot. Well, after about 5 years of use with those hearing aids, I was ready to upgrade. Technology marches on. And I decided to give Costco a chance since that was when they were getting into the business. And they were promising hearing aids, of course, at low Costco prices with in-house audiologists on staff. How could you resist? And I ended up purchasing another set of Phonaks from them. I used those for about 3 or 4 years. And then I switched to Kirkland series, which honestly, as far as I know, are made by Phonak or were at the time. I wore those till about 2022. Now, prior to that, my hearing was on the moderate to profound side of the spectrum, and the Costco seemed to be okay given the state of the technology that existed then. So again in 2022, I was ready to switch, and I decided to give Zip Hearing a try. They referred me to a local audiologist who they work with. But as it turned out, I wasn't terribly impressed with that person, so sorry. Didn't work out. Instead, I returned to my original audiologist, got a pair of Phonak Audéo Lumity hearing aids. At the same time, though, my hearing in my right ear had taken a nosedive, resulted in a much more profound loss of hearing on this side. My left ear, moderate loss, but still definitely hearing aids made a difference. And they helped to a certain extent on my right side, but not with speech. Anyhow, in the course of that fitting, I also happened to invest in a Phonak Roger microphone. I also got ear molds, as you can see. And both of those things made a huge difference in my ability to hear in noise. The Roger worked really well, also listening to TV and on my computer. And it cost a lot to buy this microphone. I was initially wary about it, skeptical. It was expensive. It was like $2,500. It turned out to be an ideal investment, however. Still all told, I was looking at a bill of close to $13,000 at the time for the Lumities and the molds, which were about $300, and of course the microphone. Well, fast forward to late 2024, I started hearing about these new AI-type hearing aids, which were making big advancements when it came to hearing and noise, such as in busy restaurants and at parties. It had only been 2 years since I purchased the Lumities, but I was tired of requiring my restaurant mates to have to pass a microphone around all the time. It was awkward for me. Maybe not so awkward for them, but it felt awkward to me. So I was initially interested in the Phonak Infinio Sphere hearing aids. They made a big splash in Las Vegas last fall. I wasn't keen, however, on shelling out another 10 grand or more so soon after the Lumities. So I checked back with Zip Hearing. They were still working with the same local hearing company, but I discovered inadvertently that they had multiple offices in the area. Oh, okay, so I paid a visit to another office, and lo and behold, I really liked the audiologist there. And given that Zip Hearing hearing aids are less than half the price of traditional hearing aids, I was eager to try them out. I was going on a 2-week cruise at the start of January. I thought that would be a perfect chance to give them a test drive. And Zip Hearing's 6-week guarantee made that an easy option for me. And at the time, at least, Zip Hearing was offering a free second battery charging case for the Infinio Spheres. Well, that was great, since you could charge these without having to plug them in, because they have a battery inside. And well, I had the same thing with my Lumities, but you could see the size difference, huge. And I have to say, Grant and Derek at Zip Hearing were incredibly easy to work with over the phone. They made the entire transaction a pleasure. They were never pushy in the least. I was happy about that. So I go on vacation for 2 weeks. It turns out that the hearing aids were a great success. Hearing a noise is now much easier for me without having to rely on the microphone. It still comes in handy for private listening on my TV and on my computer. but they really work well. So these are probably going to squeal, but these are my Infinio Spheres. They're a little larger than the Lumities, as you can see, but they're still very discreet, comfortable to wear, and I've never had a problem with getting through the day on a single charge. I was a little worried if that was going to be a problem, but it turned out not to be, at least in my case. And in case you were interested, I think I showed you the old Lumity hearing aid case, much bigger than these. I tested my molds with this very small well. It seems like it's going to be okay, so I'm still waiting for those new molds for the Lumities to come in. But honestly, I've had no problems to report with the hearing aids. And one of the things I really like most about the Phonak line, which has been true for at least the last 5 years or so, is that you can have two active Bluetooth connections simultaneously. So it makes it really easy for me to switch between my iPhone and my iPad without having to ever pair the hearing aids. So my Zip Hearing audiologist reprogrammed my Roger mic to work with the spheres. That's great. I use it now primarily for my TV and my computer for private listening, but I don't really have to use it in noisy situations in restaurants now. These are really good. And in fact, they're so good with the domes that are on them right now that I remember the molds made a huge difference. I can't imagine they're going to be even better with molds, but I'm eager to get that, give those a try. They're on order and hopefully should be here pretty soon. Anyway, I hope you found this video helpful. When Phonak makes another major advance in hearing technologies, I am going to be sure to give my Zip Hearing audiologist a call when the time is right. I may go longer than 2 years, but the truth be told, very easy to work with, God's honest truth, and everything worked out for me. Audéo Infinio Spheres, or I guess not Audéo, Infinio Sphere hearing aids, and my Roger, which you may or may not need in your situation. It depends upon whether you want something good that works with private listening. This is made by Phonak. It's supposedly compatible with some other hearing aids, but of course it's compatible with all Phonak hearing aids, so that was really a blessing. Anyway, hope this was helpful to you. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.